Hello, another day, another house sit. I'm finally on a 2-week house sit after 11 house moves in October, which was, I had gaps between them, also I had to stay with a friend, so it was probably like 5 short house sits and then a few in between. So it's so nice to stay still. I don't think I've ever had a month like that before in years of house sitting. I've just spent hours preparing to sit down and do a city comparison video because those do really well, but I spent ages getting ready, and then it's really hard to set up for a sit down video when you're in a new place all the time because just the lighting, or like there's weird plants or paintings coming out your head, or just I've just tried to set up in like 3 rooms and nothing's working and the sun's coming in and out, and then by the end of it I was so tired and hungry I thought I'm gonna have to stop and eat dinner and then do it after, so never mind, I'll do it after. I'm just cooking like tofu and sweet potato and vegetables, so I'm gonna eat that in a minute. And I've just found a bit of hoisin sauce which I might try, which looks a bit sweet and spicy. I'll just pour a little bit on, see what happens. So let's go. They hadn't opened it and you had to take the bottle off like with a bottle opener, like beer or something. But there's another lid to put on top. I don't normally eat too much food in people's houses, but if there's a sauce or something I'll try it, and they've left loads of veg here that'll go off, so I'm eating it all up. Right, let's try a bit of tofu with that on. Not enough, I can't toast it. Check the view out. You can see, and hold it still, the sea, just about. Also, meet the boys. You, my little housemates. Oh, you come in, Louie. Hello, gorgeous. And then, oh, Frank's got it. Frank, come back. Frank, where have you gone? Oh, Frank's very exuberant. Yes, hello, Frank. Frank, you're a crazy dog. Yeah, crazy little dog. Here's the meal. It's shrunk loads, it looks half the size it did in the pan. Dinner was lovely, and I've shot my city comparison video, so I'm going to go inside and chill out now. I've just been sitting outside watching the sunset. It's nice and a little bit pink over the ocean. Doggies are really excited. Thank you to the Oodie for sponsoring this video. If you saw my last vlog, you'll have seen me in the peach tie-dye version. This is the blue tie-dye version. These are really, really lovely, soft, thick, oversized hoodies. They've got enormous pockets and big warm hoods, so they're perfect for cooler evenings or for the winter. So thank you, the Oodie, and I've just been trying to get some Instagram content for them with the dogs in, but they were a bit overexcited and not looking the right way, and then fighting and then humping each other. You're always humping each other, you dogs. You're so silly. Come here, Louie. Come here. Oh, good boy. Yeah, Louie likes it. Oh, you're a good boy. You're a good boy. Louis the calmer of the two. Yeah, Frank's your bossy friend, isn't he? Frank's your bossy friend. Yeah. Good boy. Make sure you use my discount code DODU35 for $35 off an Oodie if you want to buy one. I'll link to their website below. Okay, it's Netflix time. If you saw my video saying The Watcher was really good, guess what? The ending is absolutely terrible. It's really good all the way through, and then it's the most disappointing ending I think I've ever seen on a series. I can't believe it. Anyway, look up what happens if you need to know, but I'm gonna find a better one. Also, if you move to Australia, it's really important to get your skin checked because of moles. You should get it done regularly here. I had a mole removed. There's only like a little scar now. Focus on that. Like there. Had that done last week. I had a big, really raised, really like weird kind of bluish black patchy mole come up. I'd had it for ages, and then I showed the doctor at the beginning of the year and he said it was a cyst and not a mole. Anyway, but he said if you want to have it taken off, it's quite easy. So I decided to, just because it was really annoying because it was raised. So I got it off last week, and then when they sent it to pathology, it was a mole after all. It was something like he gave me the sheet with it on. A blue sevicus, something like that. I can't remember. I'll write it if I can remember what it's called. Anyway, totally harmless, but it was a mole after all. But I bought some bio oil to try and put on the scar. I had I had 3 moles removed when I was about 12. They were really, really enormous ones, but the scars are absolutely massive for them. I think they're a bit better at doing it these days, or it was a bit of a smaller mole, but never mind. I'm taking Louis out on a little dog walk. They get walked separately because they're a little bit crazy out in the wild. So it's Louis' turn. Louis, excited. Frank's going to go bananas. Louis dying to get go, go, go. Let's go, let's go. Look at the view from here. Wow. This is up in Eleanor Heights. What an absolutely lovely suburb. I've house sat here 3 times, I think. I've been to this house before. But I didn't realise quite how nice it was and how nice the views are. I stayed in another really, really fancy house and that had a view of Narrabeen Lagoon. I knew you could see the sea from here, but I didn't know you could see the sea so well from so many houses. On that walk you kind of went up and you would have seen. And you can just see loads of the ocean. It must be a really good view in some of those houses. I think it's all houses here though. I haven't really seen any apartments. Mostly big houses, but it's climbed up to one of my favourite suburbs, I think, on the beaches, Eleanor Heights. My favourite suburb's always been Avalon, but that's really, really far north. It's got a really cool like shopping village, really nice little cafes and boutiques and stuff. And then the scenery is really nice as well because you can get over to the Pittwater side really easily and the views are really lovely. But this is climbed up there. The shopping part here isn't that special, but the roads are really, really nice. It's noisy though. Minor birds. Also, this is a new hat. It was only $9 on BW. I really like it. I've been looking for one like this for ages. I do get sick of moving around on the house sits, but I really, really like exploring new suburbs. I always get really excited when I'm walking around somewhere new and then there's nice views and then you find all these new places. I really do like it. I've house sat all over Sydney. I did it for 3.5 years, like from top to bottom, just in the city, in the inner west, a little bit eastern suburbs, right down south by the Royal National Park, all the way up to the top of the northern beaches. Did loads of different areas, but the northern beaches was always by far my favourite place and I always wanted to move up here. And I can't believe actually I went down to the inner west a while ago to see a friend and I spent most of my time house sitting there actually. I just seemed to get loads of house sits there and then ended up just staying there for a long time. It's totally different from here and I'd just forgotten how much like it's so busy, the traffic, so much more urban and grey than here. They've got nice parks and things but nothing like the greenery and the nature up here. And like I'm hardly ever stuck in traffic here. There is kind of traffic at peak hour, but I'm never really stuck in it. Whereas down there, you're just trawling along, stopping at traffic lights all the time. I just forgot how different it was. I'm really, really glad I made the move up here. Even though it's expensive and it'll be expensive to buy somewhere. It's definitely the right decision for me. I just accidentally pressed the link on this camera. There's so many functions on it, I will never learn them all. I hate learning buttons and functions and technical stuff. I just pressed something and then it said slimming mode off and I was like slimming mode and then I pressed this like meter and my face just got thinner and thinner. This is my real face, I turned it off by the way. Loads of my pet jobs have been cancelled this week but it's actually really nice because I moved house 11 times last month. All I did was like race around and pack and move and plan and wait for stuff and it was so annoying and then I couldn't really get much work done on my blog or anything. It was just a bit of a rubbishy month really. But now it's so nice to be here for 2 weeks and then I'm walking, if you remember Oodie, the black dog that I walked to Manly Dam in one of my vlogs before, his owner's away so I'm supposed to walk him but he's got kennel cough so they've had to cancel some of the walks. And then Dora, the little tiny Jack Russell puppy, if you saw her in the last one I think, I still look after her a little bit although she's almost old enough to not need me now. But the owners, they've got a really messy house, like kind of almost hoarder-ish. And it was weird when I got there because I was doing like a doggy daycare job for about 20 hours a week. And then I left there. And then the owner there, Dora's parents asked me to do daycare there, and it's weird 'cause it's quite rare for someone to want private daycare in their home, and it's good for me because I can go there and like work on my blog while I'm there and get paid per hour, so it's really good. But I got there and I saw the house and I was like, oh my gosh, because I really love organising and decluttering and stuff. And then I saw on the fridge they'd got this quote for someone to do it for them for like thousands and thousands of dollars. It was years and years old, this quote, and I was like, I could do that for them. And then a couple of months later she said to me, oh, we need to declutter the house, do you want to do it, just like before I get anyone else in? So I was like, yes, I'm gonna be brilliant at this. So I've been doing it for them. I really like it. I couldn't do it all the time, you just crawling around in dust, but I just love organising and sorting stuff. And they got like literally the study, you couldn't even see the floor, there was like 6 inches of paperwork on it. It's looking really good now, and I sorted loads of clothes out. Actually, this jumper was, I took this jumper from them from some of the stuff they didn't want, and then they got loads of men's stuff from their son and ladies stuff, and I took them to my friend and his mom, who I stay with between my house sits, and they had loads of it and it fitted perfectly, so it's really good. That's kind of nearly done now, but she's just cancelled tomorrow because the daughter's turned up. I was going to do a full day tomorrow, but she's still going to pay me for half of it because it's a bit late notice, but it's really nice because I can just stay here and do some work on my blog and videos and stuff and have a bit of a break, so it's going to be a nice week for me, I think. It's basically the same dinner as yesterday, but there's beans instead of tofu. Because that's all I've got in, I need to go shopping. But I put a slightly different sauce on, still another kind of similar Asian one, the same brand. I basically never follow recipes, I just kind of chop stuff up and then throw it in the pan and then just see what happens, which means it's always a bit mediocre, but it's always fairly healthy, so I'm gonna go and sit outside and eat this. Check out the sunset, it's a good one. Dinner's done, dogs are both fully unconscious, they fall asleep in the evening and then they're out for the night. And then Louis wakes up really early and wakes me up, but then once he's got up and gone outside and made a noise, he just sits outside my room silently for ages until I get up, and then they're both just sitting there waiting for me in the morning. They're very cute. Aww. I need to get my citizenship sorted soon. I've been here for 7 years, just over 7 years, as a permanent resident. And you can get citizenship after 4 years of living here if you've been a permanent resident for at least the last 12 months. But they've got rules on how long you can be out of the country. So there's like a limit on how long in the last 12 months you can have spent outside the country and how long you can have spent in the last 4 years. And because I got stuck in the UK at the start of COVID and I ended up being there for about 6 months, it took me over the limit, so I had to wait for ages again. But I'm eligible now, I have been for a while actually. But I tried to get it sorted the other week. So you have to get an identity declaration and an Australian citizen has to sign it, basically to say you are who you say you are. But they have to work in, like, there's a list of specific professions, like when you get a passport signed. I was quite worried at first, I couldn't think of anyone, but then my friend's girlfriend is going to do it. But I went to their place to get it done the other week. They live in Parramatta, so it's like a good hour's drive away. And then I hadn't got my passport photo done, which I should have done. So I went to get it done in the morning in Officeworks because they take them there. I don't think anyone has like the booths anymore like they used to have. They take them in the shop. So I went there and I was already running late and I queued for absolutely ages, and I got to the front and then they said the machine's not working. So I drove to my friend's house and he looked online and there was a shop on his road that said they did them. So we went down there and it was this tiny convenience store. It was really, really weird. I don't know where they would have taken the photo. So I went in and I said, do you do passport photos? And he said, yeah. And then that was it. And I was like, well, can I get one? And he was like, no, the machine's not working. So his printer wasn't working. And then he said, oh, I can just email it to you. You don't need a hard copy. And I hadn't even told him what it was for. I was like, no, I do need one because I need to get the back signed. And I just don't know what he would have done. Like, it was such a tiny shop. I feel like he was just going to take a photo on his phone and like remove the background and just charge me to email it to me. It was so weird, but I'll have to try and get it done another time. And then also the form, my friend said did print it out for me, and then they tried and then their ink was running out, so it looked really weird. So that was 3 printers in one day that didn't work, so I need to get that done another time and actually get on it, because I think they're processing them fairly fast now. There was a really big wait during COVID. But yeah, my friend Anna got hers in the last vlog. You saw me go to the ceremony. That was really nice. She's been here a bit less time than me, actually. And I'm seeing her on Friday. We're going to the theatre. She volunteers with the theatre group and she gets free tickets sometimes. So we go to this little theatre in the city called the Genesian Theatre, but I think it's moving to somewhere else at some point. That's really nice. And Anna, I should have told you this in the last vlog when you met her. She works for Lindt Chocolate and part of her job is trying the chocolate. And she gets to bring loads home when it's like stuff that's about to go off. So she gives me loads sometimes, and then sometimes I pass it on to people because I have so much. And then I go and see them and they're like, have you seen your Lindt friend lately? And then they're always disappointed when I haven't seen her. I watched a really good film the other night here on, they've got Prime here, called Deep Water. If you like psychological thrillers, that was really good. That's my favourite type of film, thrillers like that. It's got Ben Affleck in, and then I didn't know the female lead. But it was really good, just like really weird marriage there, and then like a young woman who was just having a lot of affairs and stuff, and then yeah, I won't tell you what happens, but that's a good one if you want to watch a movie. Right, I'll find something else creepy and weird to watch now. Sudden change of plan. The family here have got to rush back because there's been a family emergency. It is a genuine emergency, so that's a real shame for them. So I'm gonna have to leave tomorrow. I was so sad. I was loving it here. I was just trying to relax. Oh my gosh, so I have to pack everything up today. I've emptied the whole car out because I wanted to clean it because I've got the car in a garage here, which is really rare. Normally it's out on the road. So I'm just going to spend the day packing and then finish editing this video. It's mostly edited. I have got a nice 4-week one for Christmas though, although they had to move house after they'd booked me, which wasn't their fault, but that's further away than I would like it to be. But never mind. And then after that I've got a lovely one with a pool and a hot tub by the beach. But oh gosh, okay, so I'll sign off now. I'm gonna go and get ready. All right, bye.